Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Nerd Herders. My name is Nick.
I'm Rich.
Today we're telling you what we're up to.
Yeah, again.
Again, yeah.
Day
It's a
two.
lot of what we're up to a lot.
Yeah,
so
it's
we're
been
gonna do
busy.
multiple videos. So we talked about Horizon. You can go back to last week, see what we think about the Switch so far.
Yeah.
But today we've seen some movies, and we're gonna talk about them.
I don't know if we've seen the same movies, though.
I have no idea. I don't know. Well, I know you saw Get Out, right? I have not seen that. How
Okay.
is it?
Awesome. How much do you know about it?
Almost nothing.
Okay, then I'm not going to...
I've seen the trailer. I know the basic setup. But
Okay.
I'm assuming there's more to it than even that.
Sure.
Or it wouldn't have, a 99%.
It's excellent. I think, Jordan Peele does a fantastic job with everything about this, really just kind of setting it up and kind of playing with your expectations and kind of just... It feels very Twilight Zone.
Mm-hmm.
And it still has like these kind of great comedic moments and stuff. So it's like not super, dark heavy. It's not. It's dark and heavy, but it's not. It's got these little nice light touches to it that, kind of pull you back and kind of catch you off guard. And you're like, oh, okay, this is kind of a weird spot. Like these interesting tonal shifts that work really well. The cast is all fantastic. It's creepy. I'm there's more I want to say, but I don't want to say too much without giving it away.
Yeah, I hope to see it soon, so hopefully maybe we can talk about it more in
Okay.
depth soon. Although that could grow hard over the next couple of weeks. But I'm really excited for it. One thing, that I always think about when somebody that you don't expect to make something like this makes it. Whether, in this example, Jordan Peele coming from comedy, not having directed a movie ever before, and then making this movie that everybody loves. Another example that I always think about is Rob Zombie. Like, never expected him to make movies to begin with, and then he made a movie, let's say Devil's Rejects, that was well respected and that, I really dug. And it's like, where are these people going to go from here? With Rob Zombie, it was like, okay, you're going to make Halloween interesting, made a lot of money, wasn't that well respected. And then he's kind of like done other things, but he's gone now basically, and he'll never be prominent again, maybe. But where is Peele gonna go?
Yeah,
what does he do from here? Is he gonna make another horror movie? He can do this movie.
I remember
this movie is over $100 million on a $5 million budget. He can make whatever he wants.
I remember reading something or seeing a headline somewhere about him having like two more thriller ideas or something that he wanted to do. And if he can do them at the level of this movie, I mean, this,
I feel like the best thing that he could do, though, would be to direct whatever his dream project comedy is. Make that now, and then make a thriller. Don't do
them back to back,
and then you're stuck. You're pigeonholed.
But I don't think I think the fact that he started with such a comedy-heavy beginning, and then Keanu and all that, like, I think he's not stuck. I think the horror is him breaking out from comedy. It's him getting himself out from being pigeonholed.
But like he didn't make Keanu.
Sure.
So like
this. But I mean, like he came from Key and Peele, and he came from So I mean, I think it's him being like, no, look, I can do something else.
Yeah, it'll be so interesting to see what he does next. I am excited to see this movie, so I'm happy to, because a lot of everyone was saying that they liked it, but I was really interested to see what you would think.
Well, horror movies, I think this is what my point was before. Horror movies always do this interesting thing where, like, it blows up and everybody freaks out about it because we don't get that many great horror films. And then kind of like the hardcore of the hardcore horror fans see it and are like, okay, like, it's good, but it's not amazing. I think they're like, is it Babadook or one of those where, like, William Friedkin was like, oh, it's the scariest movie ever or whatever. And we were just kind of like, yeah, it's good, but it's not amazing. I mean, this one genuinely is very, very good.
He had nice things to say about this too.
Oh, did he?
Did you see that?
No.
He tweeted about it. Freaking, just that it was great.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the one thing. Like, even like horror movie. Like, I have friends and stuff who are really big into, like, some of them like it, some of them hate it. This is kind of like universally liked by everybody I know. So yeah, if you can get to see it as soon as possible, I know it's getting tricky for you, but I would try to see it before it gets spoiled for me.
I'm honestly, because of the mass audience that has seen it, I'm surprised that it hasn't. But even like the few people at work that I know that have seen it, things like that, like they were just like, you should really see it. It's good.
Yeah, like
You know, like they didn't spoil it. I was
I
like,
would
don't
keep
say anything.
I would keep knowing as little as possible.
Yeah, cool. I'm excited about that. You see anything else?
No.
Okay, well, I saw the other big movie.
Which
Logan.
I actually think I had spoiled for me.
Well, okay,
Well,
we can talk about that in a
towards the
second.
end.
I saw Logan, which
How was
is it's really really good. I think it's slightly blown out of proportion the way that
Okay.
some people are talking about it. Like, and I thought it was great. I think it is truly the best X-Men movie, probably. I think First Class, in my opinion, was. I used to love X-Men 2. I still do, but that movie really kind of drags on now as you watch it. It's a little dated in terms of pacing. This movie's great. It earns the R rating.
Really?
It's so violent. But it feels so true to the character. Like, and I didn't really think about it, because I figured there'd be a couple times we saw like some claws, go kind of through a guy's head. I think we saw in one of the teasers or something. But like right from the opening scene, I mean, he's just like cutting people's heads in half and like cutting off their arms and stuff. And I had never really thought about it because in the comics it's not that graphic. In the cartoon, it obviously wasn't. In the other movies, it hasn't. But I'm like, this is a guy with knives on his hands, like the sharpest indestructible metal. That makes a lot of sense that happens. And then you just kind of go with it. And the first time Professor X says like "fuck," you're like, all right, we're really going. And it's not. And it's like over and over. This movie is profane as like Goodfellas, you know, and it is incredibly violent, but it's incredibly human too, which makes it a great movie. But I do think that there are some elements of it that do feel just okay.
Okay.
There's great things. The little girl is fantastic. Xavier and Jackman are fantastic. The villain's really good too. But there's some things about it that were just kind of like, okay, fine. But the people, I just really think, I tweeted this, but like the amount of people that were saying things when Lego Batman came out, like best understanding of the character, best Batman movie, and then people saying that this is the greatest superhero movie of all time. I just feel like Christopher Nolan's head just like I could see him getting an embolism and just having it pop. Like, when is the last time the people who are saying these things saw Batman Begins in The Dark Knight? Like, just. It's still another tier, but this is a fantastic movie. You should really see it. Cool. So, what do you mean? What happened?
I mean, I guess potential spoilers.
I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong.
Sure, potential spoilers from here on out for Logan, if you haven't seen it. Well, I know a buddy of mine tweeted out after he saw it. He was like, "Oh, hey Logan, Devil's Rejects much?" And so my first thought to that goes, the end of Devil's Rejects. They're, they kind of go out in a blaze of glory, and then. But I don't know. And then I saw today, I was scrolling through Facebook, and not even somebody that I'm friends with, somebody that I am Facebook acquaintances with had commented on a photo. And it was one of those, and so it popped up on my thing as so-and-so commented on this photo. And I was like scrolling through, and it was like, had a picture of like old desserts or something, and it was like, oh, that feeling when you get these in your lunchbox. And it was like a little Debbie and like little brownies and stuff. And then like, in the bottom of the picture, in between it all, it was like Logan and Professor X die in Logan. And I was like... And of course, everybody in it, like, I was looking in the comments like, is this real? Because usually sometimes stuff will pop up and people will be like, hey, it's bullshit. Don't listen to it. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, if it is bullshit and I find out it's bullshit,
then it's
still kind of a spoiler. And so, like, I unfriended the guy and blocked the guy who posted it just because I was pissed. But so... If that's true, I kind of got that vibe that might happen. But then I also saw like IGN articles saying what Patrick Stewart thinks Professor X should do from here, or something like that was their headline. So when I saw those original, I was like, oh, well, he must survive. And I think there was like mumblings or rumors like, oh, they might die in this anyway. But
I mean, the thing about this movie is it takes place in the future. They've kind of said that like the timeline of what's happened in these other movies, like in Apocalypse and really all of them, they didn't really take that in consideration.
Like it's its own self-contained.
It's its own thing.
Yeah.
And Hugh Jackman could easily be back for more Wolverine.
Sure.
He's talked about maybe doing Deadpool stuff. Patrick Stewart's saying, he's not sure if he's done with the character. He's done with the character. All that I'll say is, no matter if there's possibilities are endless for
Sure.
these. Like Professor X died in X-Men 3.
That's true,
you
too.
know? But no matter what, like this needs to be it for them.
Yeah.
Because this is a great movie. It's a great movie that does transcend the superhero genre.
Mm-hmm.
It's not stuck in those conventions. It is a standalone movie that tells a unique story throughout. And it's never going to get better for these two.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're never going to perform better as these characters, and they're never going to be in a better movie than this. So just walk away.
Yeah.
Like, that's enough now. Like, I feel like if they were to come back, it would only kind of devalue the strengths of them throughout this entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, go away. Like, you did a fantastic job. Hugh Jackman, 17 years playing this character in like 9
I can't
different
believe it's been
movies.
that long.
It's crazy. Like, bravo. You went out on a high note. Like I really believe there's something to that. Like, athletes constantly do that. Like Peyton Manning wins the Super Bowl, retires. Like all these.
Yeah.
That's the best way to go out. Just go out like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if the next movie that Patrick Stewart shows up in is the next X-Men Apocalypse, and then that's your last performance?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of that?
Sure.
Besides money, obviously. Just back away.
Mm-hmm.
This should be it. It's good. You should see it.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna try to see it maybe this week.
And
This weekend.
I haven't even seen Apocalypse yet.
Mm-hmm.
I know you haven't seen every X-Men movie. Don't worry about it.
No,
You really don't need
wasn't
to.
going to care going into
Yeah,
this because
you really
it's
don't
always
need to.
felt very self-contained from everything.
It's
I've seen.
totally different. So that's Logan and Get Out, two
Mm-hmm.
huge movies over the last couple weeks, and we have big movies coming out. Like
We
this
got
March
Kong
is
coming out this
huge.
weekend.
There's Kong, Beauty and the Beast, Power Rangers. There's some other big stuff too.
So,
Life,
which one?
Life, the alien thing with Ryan
Oh,
Reynolds
yeah.
and Gyllenhaal.
This is going to be our last week for a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We have a 20 questions going up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Somebody's being real busy,
Getting married.
trying to have a life.
Yep.
If you want to see who's marrying, you can check out 20 questions tomorrow, or listen to episodes of the Over Beer podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, other podcast services. But we will be back with a lot to talk about. We may even have to split the next week that we have stuff into multiple, like what we're up to. If we see
I'm definitely going to see Kong. I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to see, I don't know if I'll see Power Rangers right away because that comes out when we're in like France. I'm not going to see it in French, but anyway, lots to talk about coming up. The podcast will probably talk a lot about.
Yeah, I mean, the podcast is going to continue. So if you want to get your weekly dose of us, you can check us out. Like I said, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud.com/overbeer, Stitcher, other whatever podcast services those usually feed out to. You can find us all on there. If you want to keep up with what we're doing, you can find me on Twitter at Rich Belson.
I'm Matt Stonks.
The channel's on Twitter at OABeer_official, and we're on Facebook at facebook.com/overabeer. We're on Instagram at over_a_beer, and of course right here at youtube.com/overabeer. But that'll wrap things up for today. So until next time, drink up
And butter me up.